progress.
Compliment. So write on the sheet of the paper that you have, write on that paper that you have, write this. Give yourself a compliment. Maybe it can just be a compliment like, congratulations, you survived today. Maybe that can be the only thing compliment that you need. But write that compliment and try to absorb this compliment. Absorb this compliment that yes, I am doing this for myself. So how has been your day today? Monday is usually the toughest day. Then in a survey, they say Monday is the toughest day in terms of getting back to normal. And Wednesday is the longest day in terms of how much effort it needs. So how was your day, girls? Comment in, chat in, talk back, you can talk in. So I want to start with one note today. So you have noticed one thing. I want to set a very clear tone and intention right now. In my other classes, if you joined, I'm usually dressed up. I'm like really fancy, wearing a flower on my head, dressing up and all this. Yeah. But in this class, you will see that I do not do anything. In fact, you've never even seen, most of you have never seen me wear specs as well. That's because other classes I'm not really very comfortable wearing specs and all. I'm like, no, I should not wear. I feel old in this. But in this class, I don't have any inhibitions. Everything that I'm doing here, everything that I'm bringing forward today is original and part of me. And that is the intention that I want you to set for this. You don't have to be in a certain state of mind. You don't have to dress up. You don't have to come with any expectations. Just come with who you are. I have formed a group for you people. Please feel free to vent. For every woman, it is very necessary. Every woman, and especially guys, in fact, I'll say it's very important to have a trust circle, to have a place where they can vent and they can talk about. And that is what this group is essentially going to be for 1 month. So after 2-3 days, abhi naya josh hai, you all will be making your spreads, you all will be doing your things. But in a couple of days, in a couple of months, this whole feeling will suddenly start, getting back. I'm not able to be consistent. That's when I want you to take help of each other. So first of all, set this intention, set this tone that you are not alone in this journey. Today we have 12 people joining and there are 12 people along with you, and together we are going to do this. There's a very famous saying that I always start my team meetings at Soulflow with. It says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go further, go together. So we are not in a hurry to reach our goals, but we are in a hurry to reach our better goals. So make sure that you understand this, that we are all in this together. Kuch bhi doubt ho, there's no judgmental here. There's no, if you are saying supposedly today I could not do any work because I had to look after my child, I had to do it. There is absolutely no judgment here. You can be this. By the way, this is my, I've been starting in health thing. So this is my new journal today that I started with. And I also wanted to start with sharing something because this month is all about mental health. So I myself have not been going through a very good phase of mental health. That me and Niranjan are getting married, but I've been feeling very bleh about it. Recently, I went to a therapist and I was thinking I was just being lazy. But then the therapist told me that I am back into the depression mode and I need to take care of myself better. I was feeling very bleh for the past 2 weeks, but then when I started journaling again, everything just came back to me very naturally. And that's the magic of journaling. I told you about my manifestation story as well. So I can't wait to bring out this success part into you. Okay. Now let's go back to this level 10. You remember how many people have not done this level 10 exercise? I shared the recording with all of you. Please tell me if you have not done this level 10 exercise, because this is where we have been going to start from. Okay, all of you have done this level 10. So first thing is realize which are the top 3 areas that you are suffering the most in. It could be, in the area of probably career. It could be in the area of finance. I want you to identify the 3 areas that you've given the least score for. So for example, for me, it is the physical environment was the lowest score for me. And the other lowest score for me was physical, and the other physical health. Health and surroundings were my big are the ones that I've scored least in. And the third one is finance. These are my 3 major areas that I'm doing it. Recognize these 3 areas. We will be coming back to this later. Today's code, what exactly we are going to cover is going to be something called setting up a daily routine. Parama has been really good in setting up she has already made her daily routine, and I'm really happy. So today we will improvise on that setting. First of all, how many of you are having troubles waking up in the morning? मतलब सुबह नहीं उठा जाता टाइम पे, और even if we wake up in the time, we don't wake up with energy. How many people are here facing the morning challenge? Most of your morning is a problem with everyone. Even if we wake up in the morning, that's not enough. You don't wake up with that right energy. So there are a lot of ways to do your to-do list. The first one is a very simple one. I just wake up every night before sleeping, I just scribble this down. Or ye method, I'm sure a lot of your mothers and grandmothers have told you. Whisper to your pillow that, hey pillow, I'm going to wake up in the morning, help me wake up. Hannah, this method, a lot of people have told you. So first thing I do every night is I write down what are the things I want to do tomorrow morning. Somehow it just puts me into a better state of mind, and it just gets me there. Or I will be sharing these templates with you. You can make 30, you can just take printouts and you can just put up daily what you want to do. If you want to take this one step further, you are like, no, yaar, I want to make it into a first step further. I don't want to do it every day. I don't want to sit and think ki kya karna hai, kya nahi karna hai. You can do something like this, where every day is pre-planned. I think Parama was trying to do something similar to this, where every day you can plan exactly the set of things that you are going to do. Or you can, if you want to make it into a more decorative part, you can also put it in the form of this. So I have exactly these things doing. So today we will be planning something exactly on this. This method is called chunking. So let's, without further ado, start. So we will not start with a morning routine. First of all, to wake up in the morning, what the thing that you need is a night routine. So the very first thing we will start with is a night routine. First of all, tell me, what time do you ideally want to go to sleep to? When after your tasks are done, after all your household tasks and everything is done, what is that ideal time that you'll every day want to sleep in? And it is very imperative that this time remains same for every day. It can be 9:30. I personally cannot do till 9:30. It's a little early to me. But my reasonable time is 11. That's the time I start messaging you and I do it. So set up a time that you want to do. 1:30 a.m. Rosaline, you have a job that you have a day shift, a night shift. Is that why? So anytime it can be, it's complete. You don't have to, if you are currently sleeping at 1:30 a.m., don't directly put 9:30. Give yourself a realistic time. We'll be covering smart goals. Fix up a time. Ki this 11 o'clock tak to I have to sleep. Okay. Now before that, you will set up 3 categories of things that you want to do. The first is prepare for tomorrow morning. What are the things that you need to prepare yourself for tomorrow morning? Okay. Second category is reflection. You'll have to spend some time reflection. And the third could either be learning or self-care. These are the 3 mandatory events I want all of you to have in the night. It's, of course, you can skip one of them or do it, but they're really useful to have. Okay. Now, what are these events that we can prepare? Okay. For tomorrow morning, if your score in the level 10 was physical health, you are not able to get. So maybe one of the exercise, maybe the habit might be you want to do a 20 minutes walk or a yoga. Okay, ये हो सकता है. This might be something that you might want to plan for the next day, that you want to do yoga, a 20-minute walk, maybe a workout. So what do you have to prepare for this? You keep your clothes ready. So one of the tasks that for this could be for your tomorrow morning, keep your clothes ready for tomorrow morning. Whatever activity it is that you are most scared of, that you are not able to do it, we will prepare it one night in advance. So we will keep your clothes ready, okay? Second thing you might want to do for tomorrow morning is prepare a to-do list. Just a simple tick off list ki ye I have to do, this all I have to set up. And I'll get into more detail on how to prepare a to-do list also. What are the other things that you might want to do for the next day? Maybe meal planning. Don't wake up in the morning and think ki yaar aaj kya banana hai. Settle out in the night that tomorrow for these 3 meals, these are what I'm going to have: breakfast, lunch, dinner. What else preparation can you do for the next morning? Tell me. What are the things that you usually look ahead? See your day, consider ki din mein kya kya. I had asked you to prepare your perfect day, didn't I? This is exactly why. So that you can have a plan to what is to unwind with it. If there are important meetings, if there is a certain thing, what is it you have to do? Prepare yourself. I will tell you how much I keep myself prepared. I know I have to water the plants, so at night only I fill a bucket and keep it there. So I don't have to prepare in it any morning. Okay. And of course, alarms. You might want to set up an alarm. One activity that I ask everyone to do is charge your devices. So कितने लोग हैं जो रात को they put their phone on charging and then go to sleep? How many of you do this? Did you charge your phone? No. So from now onwards, what we'll do is we'll charge our devices in advance. One, it helps your devices stay long, like battery cycles. Your device's health is according to how many battery cycles it does, just like ours is breath cycles. So battery cycles, charge your devices, keep your phone off, keep your charger off and keep it away from you. Keep your phone away from you. The thing is, we think कि हम रात को मैसेज करते करते इंस्टाग्राम करते करते सोएंगे, तो फोन को let's keep it next to us in charging. Next morning the alarm will ring, we will not receive it. Keep your phone away. So these are the things that we need to prepare for the next morning. Charge your devices here. Most of you have Bluetooth earphones. Maybe you'll want to charge your Bluetooth devices, your laptop. Morning, we will not put our devices on charge. Okay? This is the first part of this. Second is, so most of you ask me, should I journal late in the night? Should I journal morning in the morning? The answer is you do both of the times. Morning, you use it to review what is to be done in the day. Night, you see what has been done. So the first part is reflection, where you will sit and discuss your day with your diary. Just write a tick of all the tasks that you have done. Read your affirmation maybe again. A small meditation. Did anyone do the 6-phase meditation that I had suggested in the group? If not, please try this tonight or tomorrow morning. You will be absolutely taken aback by the magic of this. Okay? 5 things to be grateful for. This also you can do it in the morning again. So usually what I do is I wake up in the morning and I review back what is the things that I was grateful for night, and then I write fresh things to be grateful of again. Okay? And give yourself a compliment. End yourself on a compliment. So these are set of things that you can reflect on upon. Of course, you can have a different version of this. You can do it. Another thing I'd missed is, so some of you who have trouble sleeping, falling asleep, you can also take a late night shower. It really helps in the morning. You wake up much fresher than, waking up in the morning and taking a shower. This is also something you can do, especially if you're struggling to wake up in the morning. Okay. Now, the last part of this is learning self-care. So, isme one thing to is very there, no devices 1 hour before. Okay. Then the second part of this is read. Anything. It could be 5 pages. It could be like just 5 pages of a book. It could be like a holy book. It could be a scripture, but read 5 pages. And today I will be helping you make a tracker as well. I want at the end every day you will all read 5 pages of anything. Newspaper I don't recommend because newspaper is a little aggressive. When you go into it, you feel a like क्या हो रहा है देश में, क्या हो रहा है, कुछ something like this. If you don't want to read, you can take another offline activity. Most of our hobbies are all online, right? Offline activity like embroidery, maybe like a Zen lines, maybe finishing up your drawing. Inktober is going to happen in October. Every day we are going to do this. So this is what you have to do. Okay. Now that you have all these things ready, ये 3 categories की things you have written, what I want you to do, and this is your homework 1, is to write for these what are the tasks that you want to take. A perfect unwind. So for me, my perfect unwind is I take a shower, I pack the lunches, I clean kitchen, I make a meal preparation. If tomorrow I want that we are going to make rajma, I will boil the rajma at night. Meal planning we are going to do in detail in the 3rd day, don't worry. Lay alarms, soak almonds, and book class. What I mean by book classes, I know I have to go to the gym tomorrow morning. I will book a class for me in the gym. This is for cult fit, etc. You can book immediately. Then I meditate, I journal, I catch up with girls, which basically means I have I told you, a circle is very important. If you do not have a circle, please don't feel bad. This is the circle. I will be your friend. You can catch up with me. You can share what went with your days. Charge device, prepare a to-do list, fill in gratitude journal, read, paint, embroidery, and sleep, and just finish. So I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but I'll show you. So to maintain this, that either I read or either I do this before sleep, I actually keep a tracker. That tells me that whether I've read today or whether listening to music is also a very good thing. Okay. So now that we have the night ready, we can go forward to the ideal day. Let's plan a day ahead. Are we finished with the night, guys? Done? Type in yes, so I know you are finished with the day and we can go with the night. Night, and we can go ahead with the day. Okay. So day के लिए I mentioned the SAVERS method. Now this is just a suggestion, guys. For all of you, there will be a different pattern, different thing that you want to do. But for my side, I'm going to just suggest one. I'm going to suggest the SAVERS method. So the SAVERS method says that in every morning routine, there should be 6 mandatory things. What is S? I told you that day. S is silence. A is affirmations. V is visualization. What is E? E is exercise. Read and scribe. So these 6 things have to be mandatorily a part of your daily habit. So whatever time you wake up, fix a time, guys. What time do you want to wake up every day? For me, I have a 6 a.m. class. Sure, Rashmi, thanks. I always believe that seeing the expression of the person also helps. That's why I keep the camera on. Okay, 6 a.m. I'll write mine because I have a class at 5:36, so I try to wake up at 5:30. The very first thing you do is, first of all, big tick into this, do not touch your phone. Of course, alarm ke liye you will switch off, you'll turn off, but do not touch your phone. And this is a practice of this week. You will not touch your phone till half an hour till you wake up. So if you're waking up at 5:30, you will not touch your phone till 6 a.m. If you're waking up at 6, you will not touch your phone till 6:30. Okay? Write this in the chat. I promise that I will not, wake up. I will not touch my phone. Make a commitment to yourself. Put it in the chat as well that I promise I will not touch my phone. Write this in the diary. I will not touch my phone till 6 a.m. And what will you do when you will not touch your phone? Very first thing, these are all small things I'm telling you guys. These are just suggestions. Hydrate. The very first thing, so when you wake up, in the morning, if you see your weight, why do most people take their weight out in the morning or do it? You are dehydrated in the morning, not just water say, but physically, emotionally, you are very dehydrated. So the first thing you have to drink is water. And let me tell you about a magic mineral cocktail that me and Niranjan learnt in the Mind Valley that we have been obsessively practicing for the past 1 year, and this really helps. Okay. So what is this magic mineral cocktail that we have every morning? It's a practice that we have not started. What is the first drink that some of you might be drinking garam pani and lemon and honey. Some of you might be having detox juice. Some of you might be sinking almonds and doing it. So what is the magic mineral cocktail? Pink Himalayan salt, plus water. That's it. And the water is lukewarm. So not your room temperature water, not your fridge water, slightly cool. And I'll tell you the scientific reason also why we do it. Your body is sleeping. Your body is in a certain state. When you introduce water into it, a lukewarm water, it puts your body into shock. Okay. According to taste, like half a teaspoon is fine. The pink Himalayan salt is typically a little saltier than your normal salt. So measure accordingly. You can just do like half a teaspoon would go. Okay. So this puts your body into a shock. Suddenly it gets into the shock and it feels more awake. Okay. And the pink Himalayan salt is because your body is not just dehydrated from water. There's a certain amount of salt that gets into needs to your body. So try to shift to this habit. It's been a couple of years now, I'll say me and Niranjan have got into this habit. Because of this habit, we have been able to reduce the amount of salt. And you probably have heard from these doctors and all, salt is just as poisonous as sugar. More salt in your body, more water retention. Not getting into that part, but you can try this. If you have no current existing allergy with water, with lemon, if it doesn't cause you acidity, if this hasn't caught it, you can also put some lemon into this. Okay. This is the first thing that you want to do. Effort lagega bahut, but now my body is in autopilot. And this also works in a way like when you start doing it, you know that the first thing you have to wake up is get and go to the kitchen. So when you go in there, your body gets into that. This is the first habit. Okay. Second, let's do it is silence. Basically, it means is silence and visualization can go together. 10 minutes, just 10 minutes, even start with 5 minutes. Just breathe and think to yourself, talk to yourself. Like just try to blank your mind. Do not look at screen. Do not meet your family members also. So last week when I was doing this with another class, they said, yaar, silence ghar pe milta hi nahi hai. I suggested them go to the washroom and sit. If nowhere else, just sit and try to think, put yourself in a state of mind, tell yourself, today I'm going to do this, today I'm going to breathe this, just breathe. Sorry, not silence and visualization, affirmations. So today I will be sharing with you an affirmation guide as well. And I'll help you, and that will help you build up and proper affirmation. What is the affirmation you should say? Right in front of where I sleep is my affirmation book. So every morning I wake up and I see that first thing in the morning. So we'll build an affirmation as well. The next is visualization. After you have sat in silence, try to spend 5 minutes again just visualizing the ideal life that you want to have. What is your ideal day going to be? Try to picture yourself having a very successful meeting. Maybe try to picture yourself being able to finish your task by 10 and sit. Visualize. This is also called manifestation. You visualize something and that manifestation happens. Right on Thursday, 30th birthday, I'd visualize that I wish I meet the Satvik couple. Saturday night, I got a call. Hey, do you want to meet them? Come on Sunday morning and we'll send a car and come along. It just happened. So visualize. And now we set the body active. So one very big tip that I tell everyone is exercise first thing in the morning. Otherwise, if you keep it for later, if you do like मैं 4 बजे करूँगा, मैं शाम को 5 बजे करूँगा, you'll always find a way not to do it. Figure a way out to exercise in the morning. This can be a 10-minute exercise also. It doesn't have to be very hectic. You can keep your gymming towards in the end, but a simple stretch flow, a simple walk, do it in the morning. And why I say this is, because of something called eating the frog. Do you know what is eating the frog? Anybody here knows? Eating the frog. Okay, don't worry, vegetarians are looking at me with shock. What is eating the frog? So this is a very famous book that published years back. It says that in a
Jari, it's basically doing the most difficult task the
yes,
first.
absolutely. So it says if you have to eat 10 frogs in a day, you pick the most ugliest and dirtiest frog first. Get away with the most difficult job in the first, and I know exercise is mostly everyone's first up. So try to fix exercise in early in the morning itself. Okay. Then after you exercise, when you finish exercise, you'll have to catch your breath, right? You can't just suddenly settle down. You're cooling down while you're exercising, while you're finishing, and just breathing. Right. Sorry, not right, read. Anything, guys, just read. Like, I will give you a lot of things to read also. You can, one book you can pick up for this week is Atomic Habits. Most of you have read this book. If you haven't, pick up this book, Atomic Habits. It will really help you grow along this entire journey. Yes, by James Clear. This is a book that I swear by. Just pick up any book. If you're not able to think which book to read, I'll suggest. But it necessarily doesn't have to be something very productive. It can be fiction as well. Don't worry about that, okay? Then the second habit that you can do, then the second thing that you do after reading is write. Just simple to-do list. कि आज सुबह I'll have to do this, I'll have to do that. Let me show you what kind of a format I kept. When I asked you to do the exercise last day about which one you want, most of you said they want to do the tiny change planner. So this is my morning thing. The other colorful diary that you see is my personal habit. This is my morning day. So I divide my entire day into 5 halves. First is the meetings. What are the meetings I have? What are the communications that I need to do with the community? My social media post, and what are the messaging? You can choose different one as well. You can do one as myself. What are the things that you will do in the day for myself? What are the things you are going to do for your company? Here it can be your family or your career. And the third one is your home. What are the things you want to do for your home or your career? Again, there is nothing personal. You can choose any 3 categories you want to do. For me is my career, me, what are the house chores, what are the workout I want to do, and what is the food. So any of these you can choose. This is the tiny change planner. Tiny wins, family task. So this one gives you a lot more flexibility in planning your day and all. That's why I choose this. I'll share more of these planners. There are 3-4 versions of this planner. I'll start tell you with this. Okay. So now your day is done. You know, the first part of your day is over. Now we are ready to hit into the day. This is by this time you will take your shower, you'll get ready. Another thing is, of course, take a shower early in the morning since you've just worked out. Get into the fresh state of mind. Now the next part of the day, whatever you want to do, I'm not going to get into this. Ideally by this time, all this is over. It's 7 or 6:30. So 7 to say 6 p.m. when you finish your work, this is completely your day. You can divide this day into chunks. You can put it into first zone, can be maybe checking your mail zone or checking your stuff zone. What is the thing that happened last night? What are the things that need to be done? You can put it into this zone. Second zone post can be post lunch. This is the zone where you could do more slower activities. Lunch के बाद हम थोड़ा slow हो जाते हैं, so you can set up your meetings during this time. You can finish out those long tasks in this time, basically, which doesn't need a lot of energy. Okay. Do you guys know about the Pomodoro technique? Anybody knows about the Pomodoro? You know, Harish. Perfect. Can you tell the group what is the Pomodoro technique?
Hey, it's about breaking your time into a 25 minutes task and with a 5 minutes break in between this 25 minutes shift.
Absolutely. So Pomodoro is basically, it comes from Italian. It means tomato. It's a way of drawing pizza, and also they would have a timer set. So that's where this comes from. What Pomodoro says is that the average attention span of a person is 25 minutes. So you work, deep work for 25 minutes and then 5 minutes you take a rest. So how to do it? Just set up a timer that for the next 25 minutes, I'm going to do deep work, whichever work that you choose to do. And then only after this, the timer will ring. Then you switch off the alarm, and for 5 minutes, just there's nothing. I was focusing on the Pomodoro. That's why I shifted. And for the next 5 minutes, you can take a break. So I check only my Instagram in these 5 minutes. Okay. If you have a longer attention span, so once you start doing 25/5 for a while, by the way, I did not go to a party yesterday. I went to a Satvik farm festival, and there they had given me this. Everybody's been asking me if I've been partying. No? So, Pomo, you can go for a 50 plus 10 as well. If starting go for 25 plus 5, then go on to 50 plus 10. This is a method that I introduced in Niranjan's life, and he absolutely swears by this. Right now, he doesn't even put an alarm anymore. It just will get into you. By 25 minutes, you will get it. Very deep work. This will assure very deep work. So if there is a certain task that you need to do, you can follow Pomodoro. Okay. So now, since morning we have done only 20 minutes or 10 minutes of light stretching, some of you might want to do a heavy stretching now. Or some other task. It might not just be exercise. It could be something like filling your expense tracker. Maybe cleaning your house. कई लोगों को household chores बहुत ही boring लगते हैं. Maybe it could be a household chores. Maybe it could be something like family time. I know a lot of you will not want to take family time very voluntarily. Or it could just be a mental health time, where you meditate or you go into a more deeper state, or you draw or you paint. Something, any one of this can be. So now I'm going to give you the ultimate secret, okay? Why, how to make these difficult tasks a very, very regular part of this, okay? So you have to come closer because it's a secret I've not told anyone. First of all, what do? We always say we will exercise at 4 p.m., right? Or we say we will exercise at a certain X time. Or we will do a house chores at a Y time. This method doesn't work. It will never work. Instead of this method, this is something mentioned in your Atomic Habits also. You will do habit stacking. What is habit stacking? Instead of saying to yourself कि मैं कल सुबह I will exercise at 7 or I will talk to my friends at 8 a.m. You will say I will do this after this event. So what it means is maybe you have a habit of drinking tea at 8 a.m. Okay. So instead of saying or sometime, you will not say कि I will exercise at 8:30. You will say to yourself, मैं चाय पीने के बाद exercise करूँगा. I will exercise after drinking tea. Or I will clean my room after my child is back from school. I will watch half an hour of a video learning tutorial after this event has happened. So you have to basically stack one event onto other. If you put yourself onto time, it just becomes very hectic. Guys, drink some water, hydrate yourself. I just saw Rosaline hydrate, so I remembered. See, this is the way hydration also works. Why I keep telling you in the class, ki hydrate. When you start drawing, when you start art, you automatically feel thirsty. That's a habit. That's a way of habit stacking. So don't put yourself in time. Rather put yourself ki I will do this after this. So I never say to myself that I will do yoga at 8 a.m. I always say I will do yoga after I have my mineral cocktail. Or I say I will I will clean my room after my meeting. So I know meeting to hoga hi hoga. I know mineral cocktail bhi मैं पीऊंगी तो उसके बाद this होगा. And here is another tip of the day. Some task that you particularly don't like, try to keep it right immediately after lunch. Because after lunch, you are automatically a little slower. So when you do all this thing, you know, that time is utilized. So you can keep up like, I want to clean my room. I want to clean my cupboard. I want to clean my desk. I'll do it right after lunch. With me so far? How are you finding these tips so far, guys? How are you doing it now? How is it being so far for you? It's been almost half an hour into this. Tell me. So is the pace okay for you? Is this okay? Are we going fine? Do you want me to slow? Do you want me to repeat something? Take a lot of notes, guys. Take a lot of notes. When you write, your body absorbs it. You might be different type of learners. Some are listeners, some are writers, but maximum of people are writers. When you write, it gets to your mind. Okay, thank you, Harish. Thank you, Sarmila. Let's go ahead. So that is how you plan your whole day. So your first homework of the day was, I had already given you homework for the day night. Now your next homework is plan your whole one day tomorrow. आज सोने से पहले you will do one whole day today. Sleeperama had done it into a nice version, but now try to do it on a one pager, maybe divide it into chunks of time if you feel like. Maybe you can do it, but just for one day you'll plan. Okay? And the next class is on Thursday. So you have time for 3 days. What is this 3-day time for? So as it is day, when you finish planning your Monday, you can plan your other days as well. Monday, Tuesday, why is it not? Autofocus is happening. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you can slant your book. I'll have to shift the orientation. Just 1 minute. Let me show you. Now it will be visible. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The first zone is, of course, your saver zone. So you can start from the time you wake up, maybe 5:30. List down all your events that you want to do. This will be common for the entire week. So you can just write it in the common one. 5:30, maybe you wake up, drink a detox water, your mineral cocktail, drink water, work, stretch, read, write. This will be same throughout your entire this. Okay. Now comes the changes, little changes that will happen every day. So the first part is, I am into intermittent fasting, so I don't have breakfast. But if you have breakfast, settle down for a breakfast every day. For Harish, it might, you can give this for your wife or whoever is cooking for you. If you are not cooking, you can prepare these meals for you. Standard, keep a standard thing. Every morning I might say have idli. Every Tuesday morning I'll have bread. Every Wednesday I'll have upma. Pick one item. You don't have to repeat these items, but just pick something for breakfast. I realize I haven't had the concept of breakfast for so long, I can't remember breakfast items. Jam bread, omelette, and you know, right? You know the golden rule. Eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, dinner like a pauper. So dinner, I try to finish your dinner as early as possible. We'll talk more in the meal planning thing. It's just healthier. Your body gets more time to digest it. So have a light dinner, but a very heavy you can have. So salad maybe one day, maybe you could have Indian paratha one day, but fix it. Steve Jobs wore the same black t-shirt. In fact, you've seen Niranjan and me wear same t-shirt, color t-shirt. That just helps us not having to make a decision. सुबह उठ के क्या बनाए? वो 5 minutes we don't want to waste. I would rather read in those 5 minutes. So this you can do. So post breakfast, again, you can give yourself 30 minutes to either read. One day I read, one day I do art. One day I read, one day I do art. So that you can keep. Then this is more career specific. One day we'll have a career specific thing. But here you can have, one day could be for, say, checking your mails. Monday is usually a good day to check your mails because weekends पे a lot of mails have come. So this is the day when you check your mails and delete everything. Tuesday is usually my, since my work is social media and all, is this content scheduling. So Wednesday is my documentation day, when I document, make these difficult documents and all. It could be for your documentation. This day you can keep it for this. Thursday is my declutter day. I declutter everything, delete all the files from my laptop which I no longer need, all that. Friday is my mostly wrap up day, when I wrap up all the things that I did not do in the week. Saturday, Sunday, you know, I spend it with you guys in the classes. This is again personal for you. You can choose what are activities that you do. You can make this better there. Okay. Then this is your basically this zone is your career zone. So I'm not getting, this is how you choose to do your day. In case you are a homemaker, you are at home, this could be when you are doing your learning thing. Since I learn Malayalam, this Monday is most of my writing Malayalam practice. Tuesday I do reading practice. So all these things you can keep on this day. Okay. Then after this, you'll probably want to have a tea or a snacks. So you can keep your tea, snacks also. You can specify Monday I will have this, Tuesday I will have this. Then comes the section for house chores. So the way I arrange my house chores is Sunday I usually do my laundry. So Monday comes into I need to arrange my clothes. So you can arrange your clothes in this. Tuesday you can probably clean your room. Wednesday can be kitchen, washroom. Friday could be outside chores. These tasks we'll do it in detail in case you are having troubles in fixing. I'll be sharing some guides also, some gharelu nuskhe and all, what the guides, how to clean, keep your surroundings near. Okay? This is done. Then the last part is again your unwinding thing, whether you want to do yoga, whether you want to do pranayam. So I'll share with you how have I planned it. Just 1 minute. So how I have planned my day is, so after my 9 to 10, usually I have a class at 9 to 10, but if I don't have a class, after the class, I will either do a little bit of art, I'll either do reading, and one day I will do self-care, which is probably taking care of my skin routine, probably taking care of my, body, maybe do a little more scrubbing, exfoliation. I'm turning 30 and people tell me skincare should be a big part of this. So oiling my hair, doing skincare, this comes to that part. Otherwise, the next part I do is learn Malayalam. So Malayalam, I'm studying Malayalam. You can do a language, you can study something. One day, keep it for this. Okay. Start journal means every day I have to journal. So I'll be sharing some more spreads and ideas for you to spread your entire day like this. Okay. Okay. So the worst thing about my journal is every time I have to look for which page is this. I don't keep an index. So you can keep something for this. I know lunch I have to eat a salad every day. I have taken a challenge of being able to have 5 times a week a salad. So that's what I try. Okay. Sure. It seems very, some people might say this is very obsessive. You have kept a look for all your day. Trust me, guys, it's not like 100% of my day I'm able to keep through, I'm able to go through. But the fact that I have control and I know what is to be done on every day is what makes it so successful. Okay? Now we have mentioned all these things, all the things we want to do. We come to the next big section, which is the most important section, but you'll have to give me 1 minute. I'll just be back. I'll show something. Yeah, so I'm back. So the next phase of this that we are going to do is called the habit tracking. How have any one of you effectively done habit tracking anytime before, after, before this? Has anybody kept habit trackers? So I'll share with you. No. Okay. So habit tracking, essentially what it says is that you have to, there are certain set of things that you might want to do in a day. So in the beginning, you start with habit tracking, and then gradually it will just get better at it and you can just let go of it. So let me show you some habit trackers that I've made in the past. The simplest habit tracker that Diksha had also shown you that day is this. No fancy anything is required. You just have to name what are the things that you want to do, and you have to just press on the days in front of it. This is the most simplest kind of thing that you can track your habits with. The simplest one. If you want to do a little bit more fancy, if you want to make it like little more attractive, you can do this one also, horizontal and vertical, where the habits are given here and the days is given here. You can do it in any format you want to do. I'll be sharing a lot of habit trackers with you. Don't worry, we are not making one right now. I'm just teaching you. We'll make one, of course, just a little one. So you can put your habits here on a horizontal axis or on a vertical axis. By the way, this is what I had made for my last 30th birthday, last 29th birthday, that what these are the things I want to do. I want to stay active, not retire. I want to reconnect with nature. And now, of course, 1 year later, you've seen my new September journal diary. This is the point of journaling. You can just go back and look at yours. I will also be giving you these trackers. You can take a printout and do it in this form as well, where simply Monday, Tuesday is given. You make a Zen line for the days that you work out with. This is another form of habits. Or in the daily, the tougher spreads that I make and do, I'll teach you later. Otherwise, okay. And this is my favorite format. It actually shows like I'm growing. So they will, I'll give you a lot of formats for habit trackers. You can choose which habit tracker you want. But how to choose what habits you to track? This is the exercise I'm doing. ये design पे मत जाओ. Design can be any simple. So habits I want to make.
Sanchari,
Could you please reposition
can
the camera?
Sorry.
I mean, reposition the camera.
Okay. Thank you so much. I can't actually see.
Yeah, someone you're asking.
Is it fine now?
yeah,
So divide it into two halves. So the first habit is getting up early. I'm just giving you examples. So what is the habit you need to break? You need to sleep. Habits I want to break is sleep late. Okay, this is the habit you want to break. Okay, what is the action you can take to not sleep late? Uninstall Netflix, probably. Not watch Netflix. Whatever takes up your time. Do not scroll phone after 10. The actionable point. So for example, the habit you want to make is you want to, probably some of you are skipping lunch. So you want to have lunch at a fixed time. Have healthy lunches. So habit you might probably want to break is order from Swiggy or eat from out. The habit you want to break is eat outside. What to do from this? You can uninstall Swiggy, or you can not turn on Swiggy, not have it in your phone. Habit you want to make, reading. ठीक है? What is the reading? क्यों नहीं कर पा रहे? Because we find watching YouTube and Netflix probably easier. So that is the habit you want to break. How to break it? Uninstall them from phone. Saving. All of us want to save, right? So what is the habit you want to make? Spend unnecessarily. How can you do it? By keeping yourself a budget. Every day I will spend this amount of money only. I will not spend much more than that. Okay, what other habits do you want to make or break? Tell me. Give me a suggestion. Let's do it. What is a habit you are struggling to do? Meditation. Okay. So the habit you want to break is probably overthinking. Or what is the reason why you are not able to meditate? It might be because you are not finding time. It might be because you are not able to get into that place. So first thing is, and for meditation, I'll tell you, everybody wants to meditate, but you have to plan before. So either keep take take up meditation challenge. There are a lot of meditation challenges available on available on YouTube. Other than that, you can use an app like Insight Timer or Headspace. There's a Netflix program on Headspace also. You can take up a program like did with Isha Foundation. These are just suggestions. You can do any, but have a program ready. That this is the program I have to do everything. Even Mind Valley, that 6-phase meditation. Niranjan does this 6-phase meditation every day. Keep a meditation ready. That this is what I have to do. Subah utke, if you sit and think, I have to do meditation, you have to do it. Devani, online courses ka completing is same for me. So the habit you want to make is that you want to learn a course. The habit you want to break is what is you're doing instead of doing the course. Talking to friends, probably using all the time on social media. So that habit you have to break. Okay? You have to think of it. Har ek cheez ke piche there is a reason why you are not able to get it. If you are spending too much, that's because you are scrolling too much time on Myntra, Nykaa or Amazon. Uninstall that apps. If you are not able to work out, that's because you are, instead of that time, you get lazy and you do it. So break that habit of doing that, right? Break it into, and this step is the easiest step that you can do. Save a meditation challenge, book up into it, make yourself uninstall an app, okay? So now we have set off 5 things that we want to track. These are the 5 habits that we want to track. Got it? With me guys. Are you getting confused about habits? What to pursue, what to not? So here is again tip number 2. Tip number 2 is you will not track more than 2 habits this week. We'll start with very simple habits. 2 easiest habits. So let's do it. I'm going to track only 2 habits this time. So today is 5th, right? 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. Okay? One could be, one thing that people take a lot is 10,000 steps a day. This is a way to be active. So probably you might measure, don't do 10,000, maybe you can do 5,000 here, 5k steps a day. Maybe it could be read 5 pages, meditate, choose only 2. Wake up at 5. Please don't go in a haze ki sara ek saath karna hai. We will slowly get into there. Wake up at 6:30, whatever it is. Okay? And of course, very simply, what will you do? You will just tick off when you are done. I do Zen lines here actually every day. For the ones you do, you can even draw a Zen line. I have read 5 pages. I can do this. Okay. Now with habit trackers, one very common thing that happens is, see, my habit tracker for Zen lines is a Zen line. Just simple like that. So one very common thing that people have told me that happens when habit tracker is you start feeling guilty. कि यार आज तो मैंने ये भी नहीं किया, my entire chart is blank, I don't think I'm doing enough and all. Please do not feel that, guys. The reason we are doing it is to become better. If you are already good at it, if you are getting 100% into this, then what is the need to improve? So in the starting, it might get very low. You might get a very low score. Look at my habit trackers, guys. Even with my habit trackers, they are filled only half the time, not every day. So don't feel bad about not being able to finish your tracker. Okay. So now let me give you a hack on how to make sure a lot of this is getting tracked and you are able to keep up with this. Okay. So you can give yourself scores. You are currently tracking, say, 2 habits. So that means you have 14 boxes, right? 14 things to track. You can give yourself an award that if you get 10 to 14, you will probably have a cheat day or maybe treat yourself, buy something. If you are doing 5 to 10 score, you can get a lesser score than that. You can keep up, say, like you can keep 1,000 rupees award till here, 500 for this, and 0 to 5, you can keep 100 rupees award. So this keeps me very worked out. Like I don't spend unless I have cleared something out of my box. So ये मुझे काफी motivate करता है कि only if I do will I be able to get through this. Nice tip, na? The reward system. Reward system has changed my life. Now I'm so much accountable to what I do, what I want to do, what I want to build. It really helps me get there. See? This is my all my plans that I wanted to do, and every time I finish something, every time I'm like I've completed something from this, I take this paper out and I give myself a treat. I have a wish list also with me. This just helps you be more reward system, like bond value reward, you deserve it. So when you do that, you feel more deserved. So whenever you can add a lot of things into your cart. I have a lot of things in Amazon wish list. And whenever I finish a particular task, I do it. For example, I'm doing the Mind Valley 10x challenge, which is a fitness challenge. And I told myself that if I finish this effectively in 1 week, I'm able to keep it, I will treat myself with a book. So I checked out a book yesterday only. In fact, let me show you what book I got. People will love that book. So live unboxing happening here. I haven't even opened the book right now. Live unboxing. It's a book I've read a lot of times, but I absolutely love this book. If you're somebody who's struggling with a child, with your marriage, and you're not able to find time, watch this movie, read this book. It's very funny book tale of how this girl gets shit done, how she's doing everything around the globe. I love reading this. It's a very good narrative. So this is one book you can pick up. So I didn't buy, I had my eyes on this book since 3 weeks, but I only bought it when I finished a challenge. So reward yourself. This method is called delayed gratification. So you can buy a candy right now, or you can tell yourself, I will buy the candy when something happens. And this is what happens. So that's it, guys. I have given you, so what, let's recollect today what we have done. I'll ask all of you to tell me. Let's recollect the day. What are the things we have done today, guys? Tell me. You guys have taken notes. Batao, how recollect the day. Kya kiya hai abhi? Where did we start from? You can unmute, of course.
Give yourself a compliment.
Yes.
And then level 10 exercise.
Don't look at your notes. Tell me.
Night routine.
And everyday plan, which began with the night routine,
routine.
day routine.
Day routine using the SAVERS method. SAVERS method. Yeah.
The SAVERS method.
SAVERS method.
Habit tracker. Pomodoro Technique.
Our habits. We made a habit tracker.
Yes.
Now, the last part of this is you'll do a small meditation. Like a very small one. Let's close our eyes. We finished बहुत heavy class. It's a very heavy class. I can understand to write it all, absorb it. I'm talking, you're writing. So close your eyes. Okay. Shake your hands off. Like if there's water on your hands, how you shake your hands, and I would do it. Shake your hands off. Take the stress off. Feel as if your entire day's stress is going from your hands. Okay. So we are going to do something called the count of 4. Okay, it's a breathing method. So when I will say inhale, you have to inhale with the count of 4. So 4, 3, 2, 1. You have to inhale, like take a deep inhale and take it. Then I'll ask you to hold for the count of 4. You will hold it for a count of 4. And then you will exhale it with the count of 4. So the trick is that when you exhale, I want you to completely let go, like drop your shoulders and do like, okay? Like how you would do after a very tired day. And similarly, when you inhale is the best thing. You take all in the air that you can take in till your lungs are completely filled. And when you hold it to the best beliefs. You hold it without any change in your expression, anything. Hold it as firmly as you can. So let's do one practice exercise first. Let's start with a small practice one. Inhale, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. So there will be a slight sound escaping your lips when you exhale, like a wind coming out, like you're finally giving up. Okay. So again, we'll do another 4 rounds, but before that, do you know if you are breathing right? So let me tell you, most of us are not even breathing correctly. So let's correct our breaths into this. So put your hand on your stomach, okay, and take in a deep breath. When you breathe in, you will see that your stomach will expand, okay, your chest will expand. That's because the air is coming in, okay. When you hold it, again, there will be no movement into this. Do not clench, do not do anything. And then when you exhale, the body will go out. You will feel it it will getting to a lesser height than before. Okay? Do one time in your own practice. Check your method. Are you breathing correctly? Are you able to breathe correctly? Some of you might be reverse breather. It's a common phenomenon. We can correct that. Get into the practice. Yes. When we do exercise planning and meal planning, I'll tell you this also, this beautiful method I'll explain. So right now, again, keep your eyes closed, and now I'll start this exercise. Okay. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Drop your shoulders, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Once more, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do not exhale all at once, but exhale very gradually till all the air in your lungs completely goes. Let's start with 1% better movement. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. This time, the final time, let's do it the best one yet. Inhale slowly, hold slowly, exhale slowly. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now keep your eyes closed, and you will feel that there is a certain change in your body, certain new feel, a vibration. If you have done this correctly, you will feel a different kind of vibration, a different kind of energy inside your body. Let this sink in. Let this feeling get through this. And just have this thought to yourself. With just a few changing patterns in my breath, I could bring such a big change in my body. The way my body reacted suddenly changed. It suddenly reacted differently. What are the changes I can build if I be consistent and build bigger and better habits? Who will I become then? What will I become then? Keep your eyes closed and imagine this better version you are going towards them. They could be doing any activity that they probably want them to do. Maybe filling your journal, maybe giving your TED talk, maybe be surrounded with friends. And just like that, as I clap, keep your eyes closed, but come into this reality. Keep your eyes closed. Rub your palms, generate a lot of heat generate, and put them in the eyes. Thank your hands, thank your eyes again for giving yourself this experience. And gently open your eyes and come back. Less than 5 minutes, guys. It took us less than 5 minutes. That's all it takes to rejuvenate yourself. So now the class is officially over. We are now at the end. But one thing that I want you to do while going is, what is the takeaway from the day? Put it into the group. So that when you put it in, it's public out there, you are accountable to everyone. So your biggest takeaway from the day, write it into the group, because I know koi notebook nahi kholta after 2 days, and you can start building your night. So have a very good night, guys. Try to go to sleep early today, wake up in the morning, make your journal probably in the morning or tomorrow. We are going to meet on Thursday. Not Ritu in the chat, put it in the WhatsApp chat. Write it there in the group, the WhatsApp chat. And we are all in this together. So if one of us is failing, you will mention in the group. We are all there to cheer up for you. Okay? Thank you so much for joining me in this practice today, for trying to become a better version of yourself.